and looking at the scripting, we'll run the story again, but this time we'll put the words in over the pictures so you get an idea of the comparison between the written words in the journalist's voice, the grabs, the newsreader stuff, and so forth.
It's a machine, but it's more the size of a factory. One of the world's largest draglines has started work in the central Queensland coalfields. It's taken 300 workers more than 2 years to assemble the mammoth scraper.
This is the latest and greatest toy in Australia's booming coal industry. Weighing in at 7,000 tonnes, the dragline is a machine of staggering proportions.
The bucket that it's got on the end of the boom is 110 cubic metres, which is the equivalent of 3 very large backyard swimming pools.
That means in one scoop, the bucket picks up 250 tonnes of ground, covering the Ensham mine's coal deposits. And on a productive day, can move 250,000 tonnes.
To give you some kind of indication of just how big this dragline really is, if you were to lay the 110-metre boom down flat, the dragline would barely fit into the MCG.
Ensham Resources produces 9 million tonnes of coal a year, but to mine that amount, 250 million tonnes of ground must first be cleared by the draglines. Management says without the $100 million investment, the life of the mine would be cut short.
As the mine is getting more mature, the coal seam is getting deeper, and it would have become uneconomic to mine the coal with the existing equipment that was here in a short period of time.
Proving that in this business, bigger is better. Bridget Smith, ABC News, Comet.
Okay, Bridget Smith's story on the big dragline. Like I said, it's a simple regional style story, but because of its content has got value, and it probably ran nationally because it's one of the biggest machines in the world and shifting a lot of overburden in central Queensland so that the miners can get to the coal. So you can see that there is a broad formula for news stories that come out. The voice, first of all, there's the introduction, of course, and then we go into the story. There's the journalist's voice, a grab, then the journalist's voice, another grab. Grab, of course, is the short, usually about 9 seconds, somewhere around that, sometimes shorter, of the interviewee. So I'll just go through that process again. I'll go back to the beginning. The newsreader reads the introduction, then it goes to the journalist's voice, to a grab, back to the journalist's voice for 1 or 2 pars, then the grab, quite often then a piece to camera from the journalist, then more voice, more journalist voice, and a grab, and then to a tag. The tag is the sign-off for the journalist, and usually there's a quite often soft but encompassing statement with whoever from such and such a news service. Fashions change, but it'd be very unlikely that you would start a news story with a grab. It would have to be someone of a very high profile saying something particularly outrageous, and it does happen from time to time. But 99 times out of 100, it starts on with the journalist's voice to set the scene, goes to an interview grab, back to the journalist to grab, then quite often a piece to camera from the journalist, more voiceover, another grab, and of course that's compounded with a longer story with more people in there to finish up with the tag. In the past, the piece to camera or stand up was used as a tag. So the journalist, and particularly in the 90s, up to the 90s, the journalist quite often would do the piece to camera and then say whoever they are from such and such a news service, and then it's back to the newsreader. But as I said, fashion comes through here. One network starts up a fashion or a particular journalist or a producer, and then others pick up on it, and you'll notice that over time. So that is the structure of the news story. We'll be talking more about, in the future, we'll be talking about why you would use a piece to camera and I guess go into the involvement of it. Because while I'm talking about a news story here tonight, and we've looked at that structure, a lot of this will carry over for the current affairs piece that we'll be talking about soon. So thank you.